Hello, welcome back. So Redav here. Today we are playing some Super Mario All-Stars. We're playing a bit of Lost Levels because I recently got the news that my run was accepted for UKSM. So in August I'm going to be running Super Mario All-Stars at UKSM. That's a charity speedrunning marathon. It's not entirely unlike GDQ, but it takes place in London. So the first one was last year. Yeah, this year it's taking place in August, and I've got some serious practice to do, so that's why I'm here. Let's just go for it. We'll start off with the last levels. We'll jump straight in. I'm going to die a lot because I'm a little bit out of practice. I've been doing a lot of Donkey Kong Country 2. I basically, my run submission was back in March, and I never heard anything back until fairly recently, so I had assumed that I was unsuccessful, but clearly not the case. I'm on the schedule, so that's good news. It's great news, but it means I've got to put some serious practice in. So I'm going to be putting down Donkey Kong Country for a little bit, and yeah, just playing the heck out of Super Mario All-Stars instead. So this is the Lost Levels. For anybody who doesn't know, this is basically this in Japan. This was Super Mario Bros. 2, but they released a different game and called that Super Mario Bros. 2 elsewhere. And the reason for that is it's a little bit samey. It's a little bit, well, it's basically it's the same engine as the original Super Mario Bros. But it's an awful lot harder. And they basically thought that it wouldn't be well appreciated by a Western audience. So they never got around to releasing it officially over here until Super Mario All-Stars came out. So Super Mario All-Stars, you've got Super Mario Bros. 1, you've got the Western Super Mario Bros. 2, you've got Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, which is what this is, and you've got Super Mario Bros. 3. And my run for UKSM, what it's going to be is it's an any percent run, so any percent means I'm just getting to the end of the games as quickly as I can, and I'm going to be running through all 4. So I've already got the PAL record for this. It's something like 49 minutes 7 seconds, I think, and I'm going to try my best not to die by jumping over that piranha plant if I want to try and beat that record in August. I set the record time, I think it was about 6 months ago now. Maybe longer than that. No, it's probably 6 months. And it's still the PAL record. Because PAL runs generally they're not that well contested. If anybody gets very good at PAL, they tend to jump on and move on to NTSC, because NTSC obviously runs faster. But it's the PAL version of the game is what I've got, and it's what I grew up playing. It's my childhood, so that's what we're going to be playing, and just makes it maybe a little bit easier for me because I haven't got as much competition. I'd love it if it were more hotly contested. It would be ooh, there we go. It would be just a little bit more exciting if there were a little bit more of a PAL scene. But maybe there will be in the future. So the way we do this Lost Levels is, you saw we did all of, we did part of World 1, and then we skipped ahead to 4. We do all of World 4. That was close. We do some of World 5, and then we skip ahead to World 8, and we do all of World 8. So, because of the way that's structured, that means that we only play 2 castles. We play 4-4, which is coming up, and we play 8-4. Yeah, basically, after I've done 4-4, I'm going to be exactly halfway through the run, levels-wise. The levels get longer and harder as well, so time-wise, I'm probably nowhere near halfway through the run. But it's nice to think of it in those 2 halves. First half, not so tricky. The second half is very tricky. Oh dear me, I'm on the bottom. Don't want to be on the bottom. Got away with it though. Prefer to run along the top because it's safer. But it is a little bit slower running along the top. Of course, if you die, it doesn't matter which route you chose. So you've got to go right back to the start anyway. It's actually a mushroom in one of the item blocks at the start. But even having a mushroom isn't going to save you from falling into lava. So we're just going to carry on as small Mario and hope that I don't misjump this time. That's better. Don't jump. Thank you. So that's the first part out of the way. Now on to the second half. World 5 isn't too tricky. World 8 is a nightmare. It's the hardest part of. It probably is the hardest part of the entire All Stars run. So when you're running all four, what you typically do is you start off with lost levels, because it's the hardest of the four, and then you just get that out of the way. What I like to do then is I like to move on to Super Mario Bros. Just the original. Oh, this is going to be tight. There we go, it didn't get eaten, so that's good. And we move on to the original because it's the same engine, it just feels very similar. So it's good to play it sort of alongside Lost Levels. Then 2 and 3 are completely different, and they're different from each other as well. So I tend to play 2 after 1, and then finish off with 3. It doesn't matter what order you play them in, you can play them in any order. Like there's no official set order for the speedrun record. So there's an item box that's coming up that's particularly hard to get to, and you can take it safe and then it's easier, but it's also slower. It's just coming up just by here. You want to try and hit that box and then land on that. So I landed on it, but I didn't hit the box. So you can jump onto one and then hit it and then jump back, but that's obviously slower. So it's best to try and hit it. And the danger with doing it the faster way is that you can sometimes just throw yourself straight into that bottomless pit, which loses a fair bit of time. And World 8, off we go. This is basically where the Lost Levels run starts. It's so much harder than the rest that the rest is just practice for World 8. There are going to be Hammer Bros everywhere now. That was lucky. That was not lucky. The Hammer Bro behavior seems to be linked to, or seems to be based on in some way, how fast Mario himself is traveling through the level. So if I take the level the same way every time, the Hammer Bro should behave the same way every time. And that seems to work. This guy normally jumps over my head, and this guy normally jumps down. And when that happens, it's great, because it means I don't have to think on my feet. But that doesn't always happen. It happens most of the time, but not all the time. Got a 1-up for reasons. Not entirely sure why. Oh, okay, fireworks. I gotta I gotta be more careful. Try to avoid getting fireworks, because obviously that wastes time. I'm grabbing that mushroom, and really I could take it or leave it. It's easier to complete this level with a mushroom, but it's harder to start the next level with a mushroom, so it's really easy to hit that block as Big Mario. It's harder to hit that block as Small Mario. But you'll see the start of the next level now. It's easier as Small Mario, because I can run straight under Lackey 2 at the start of the level and keep going. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a hit, and I'm going to turn into Small Mario. And I'll lose a little bit of time for that, but I won't lose a huge amount of time. Hopefully I can jump. No, I can't. Okay, and it looks like the stream's gone a little bit strange. So we'll try and fix that now. Save and quit. Right, let's fix that. Okay, so that's a little bit strange. I think that's happened before when I was test recording. And I think it happened on the same level, which is a little bit strange. I have to work out what's gone wrong there. It seemed to happen when I hit the Lackey 2. And it's back again. Brilliant. Okay. We are playing in purple right now, for reasons I don't entirely understand. Oh dear. It seems to be stable, it's just everything is purple. That's a distraction. Okay, so I'll save and quit again. Try and sort it out. Because that looks horrendous. Right, save and quit. Stop streaming. Okay, looks like we might be okay again for the minute. Streaming equipment really doesn't like 8-3. I have no idea what that's all about. So it's not going to be my streaming equipment I'm using at UKSM, so I guess that's okay. Otherwise I'm going to have to find a way to not play 8-3. Obviously that's not possible. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, try and make sure that doesn't happen again. We've got a hidden mushroom in here. Nice to take a little safety mushroom. It's going to make this jump a little bit harder, but it's going to make the rest of the level a little bit easier. There we go. So 8-4, last level of the game. Hidden blocks all over the shop. Strange sort of mazy bits as well, like that bit there. If you don't do that the right way, you just keep going around in a circle. This looks like it's a mazy bit, but it's not. It's just trying to fake you out, so you keep running, and you get to this bit anyway. Oops. That bit's a bit tricky. Gonna need to get some practice in. That's what this is for. This is practice. This is getting practice in. So let's say 8-3 is quite tricky. 8-1 is quite tricky. And 8-4, they're probably the hardest three in Lost levels. Others are difficult to optimize, but easy enough not to die. Which obviously is the best way to optimize. If you don't die, you're not going to lose much time. Kind of goes without saying. It's a hidden block right in the middle there. And jumping over that paratrooper quite often triggers it. Because why wouldn't there be? Okay, so we're going to try and do a little bit better this time. Definitely out of practice with this jump. Oh dear me. That is not how I thought that would go. But it worked. So I guess that's fine. I could probably just run straight through him, take the hit. That'll be faster to do. Yeah, I'll do that next time. Obviously then I can't take the hit on last Bowser. There we go, sorted. So we'll wait for this to play out. go back around again, 1-1. And then the feed will start to play up around 8-3 for no discernible reason. Save and quit.